Okay, so what are some of the sacrifices that you've made for you to be the Mr. Bahati that we are seeing Phad right now?
Yes, a lot of sacrifice I have undergone. One of which, like being a leader, in Uganda they say, akuwadde obukulu, abakuwadde okulya. On the contrary, I discovered that may not literally translate to what leadership means. Leadership is a calling, is a sacrifice, and in my career as a head teacher and a leader in various capacities, I have seen that I have some time to sacrifice my family. I have to be here early morning. I have to wake up early morning. I would be enjoying sleep. And sometimes you have to be called at night, and the phone must be on. On the contrary, other people may not have that. So a lot of sacrifice has to be undergone, one of which is losing some time, sacrificing part of your time for the sake of the people you are leading.
Wow, sacrifice. Some people would see, when you put up your family apart, some things won't be fixed. All right, so I have some other question reserved for you. How do you balance personal life, leadership, then you're the director, then you're the mission director? How do you balance life?
Yes, I balance it in a way that I have a routine that I have set up and religiously following it without compromising. If it is time for my family at home, I have
family time.
Yeah, it is the family time. Unless there is something that is so urgent that requires my attention, I may not attend to any other activity. If it is time for a spiritual time, it is time for church, I have to go for worship and prayer. If it is time for school, religiously, I have to be at school, not at home. So I follow a given routine that I have put up, that I have to follow without compromising it.
And you follow it to the dot, no mixing things.
The dot.
All right, that is amazing. Some of us really struggle in life. You find yourself, you've committed some hours to do something, but along the way, you're swept off for some other thing and you do not go for it. Wow, that is some valuable lesson that I'm
By the way, I'm someone who believes in time management.
Wow.
And occasionally, at some functions, I leave early. Because when you say you are calling me at 4, I will come towards 4. When the function begins at 6, it means I cannot end it. I have already used my 2 hours. The function was supposed to be at 4.
True.
Yeah.
So there is something that I read about time. It is a law, actually. It is a law of forced efficiency, which states that there is no enough time for everything, but there is time for what is most important. So that was really something great in my life. So it is one of the ground cardinal rules that I follow as a person. When someone says, let's meet at 10, I come 30 minutes prior that time. Wow. And of course, today it is the day for making clarity. Have some other question. Have you ever faced moments where the cost of success felt too high, or how did you overcome?
Yes.
Overcome that situation.
Sometimes the cost seems too high, like us who are married, we have families. Balancing, you find it hard, and it becomes sometimes almost unbearable. The child has to go to school, so you have to forego some things that are so essential to me but my family has to continue enjoying. I have not to show it to them that I am. Sometimes I am stressed, but the child at home will need bread and to the dot. Yet, when I was growing up, I went through highs and lows, good and bad, valleys and highlands. So as I grew up, I decided that my family will not be like me. So sometimes I go back to that period.
Yeah, to that moment.
And I am like, I am in that moment, but my child at home is not even. It's okay.
It is okay.
So sometimes the cost seems unbearable. I also have other situations like someone calls you at midnight. At school, the child is sick, needs your attention. You are in a deep sleep. You have to wake up and come to school. I remember time in 2020, when there was the strike. It was beyond midnight, and someone in the neighborhood called me, and he told me, people power has reached your school. It was a period when there was that confusion of electioneering. And someone said, people power has reached your school. It was too hard for me. I was sick.
But you had to show up.
But I had to show up. And not only showing up, I had to sleep here in school.
Wow.
Because when I reached, the situation come
worse.
I went back. As I reached home, someone called me again and said, the students are planning to block off every camera in school. So I had to come back, stay here, guarding the school. The students, when they saw me, they went back and slept till morning. That moment is still vivid in my mind.
I think every time when you first, it keeps on playing.
Yes.
It keeps on playing.
Yeah.
Wow. That is really amazing. Well, I believe you are still trying to expound more deep insights about success. So if you have any other package apart from the icing on the cake, let's have the cake.
Okay. One other thing I would like to share is about perseverance as a cost to success. That is trying hard and difficult tasks and not giving up. Any person who has to be successful has to pay this cost, to persevere, to be patient. And I remember, I'm going to use one example of a man called Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president of the U.S., PUTC, the president of the U.S. And this is an encouragement to anybody who is undergoing circumstances that may pull him down, so that this person does not give up. And this guy, what impressed me that he had a lot of failures in his life.
Yeah.
At the age of 22, he failed in business. 22 years, he failed in business. At the age of 23, he ran for legislative post, but he lost. At the age of 24, he again contested for the legislative post, again failed. At the age of 26, the woman he loved most passed on, and he suffered a nervous breakdown. At the age of 29, he lost another political race. At the age of 34, He ran unsuccessfully for the Congress. At the age of 46, he lost his bid again for the Senate. At the age of 49 again, he was defeated for the Senate. At the age of 51, he was elected the 16th POTUS
of the United
greatest
States of America.
of the greatest country,
Wow.
and it became, America used it to be the first country in the world.
From cutting wood to the to being the president.
You can see all of the weakness, all of the failures he registered, but he never gave up.
Failure after failure.
Failure after failure. He kept on moving. Actually, he even lost a post for the vice presidency of the United States at the age of 50. He ran for it. He failed, but he never gave up. He went for the highest.
Eventually.
And eventually got it.
Happened. Wow.
So
from cutting wood.
Perseverance is needed.
Wow. You fail, get up.
Fail, move on.
You get up. Wow. Perseverance actually reminds me the works of Albert Einstein. Actually, he tried so many things, but he failed. He failed until things worked out.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. That is really amazing. But of course, we can't let you go without giving one of the very last things, 1, 2, or 3. As the leader in school, as the veteran teacher,
yes,
as in the academia, what advice would you give to a young individual who wants to become successful, but who wants to be successful in life, but they are still on a wrong path?
The advice I would give that to have a positive attitude towards life. Life has highs and lows, good and bad. And in life, we have to be pricked by the thorns of the world, to be pushed to and fro by storms, turbulent storms. But
rough.
We have to have a positive attitude towards life. Whatever comes along, trash it. Remember one time I was going through a bad patch in my life, and a colleague of mine gave me something like that I will always reminisce. I keep reminiscing it from time to time. He said, it will come to pass. Sometimes the sky is azure blue, and you think everything is going on well, and suddenly a darker cloud comes over. And you know what he said?
Yeah.
Even if it comes, it will come to pass. There is a silver lining at the end of the dark tunnel. I would tell a younger person that never live a life of negativity. Success thrives in the positivity and is starved by negativity. No one should be cocooned in the negativity. We should all be in a positive end, and things will come to pass.
And someday, I believe students or any other young person in the profession world, they will come to this advice. Personally, it's hit me so hard, so I put up the boots and aligned myself with the wisdom. Of course, how can students prepare themselves mentally and spiritually for the challenges of pursuing their visions?
Yes, the first of all, preparing mentally Sometimes people don't have visions.
Many.
Many don't have. And so they cannot stick to their vision, which they don't have.
They can't stick to what they
Yeah,
don't have.
cannot stick to what you don't have. The first thing to do is to have a vision in life, and stick to that vision, that it will come to pass. Be resilient. Be focused. Moving forward is the way to go. You cannot be forward-looking unless you have a vision. The moment there is a saying which I always tell, that without a vision, without an aim in life, you can never miss the target. But once you have a target, you keep moving, trying and trying. I have a small child at home, and she's so stubborn that she can do anything she comes across, she can play.
She's active.
Very active, if you ask me. So one time they placed a chair along the way where she passes, and it blocked her for a time. She kept on trying and trying and trying. But one time she discovered vividly that she can pass under the chair.
Wow.
And the moment she passed through, they couldn't believe it when they found her having a phone that they had put very far where they thought she cannot reach. Keeping trying, having a vision, keeping trying upon it, being